Feel that for a moment. Before you dismiss it as fatigue or stress or the result of a poor night's sleep, I want you to place your attention on the weight. It is not in your mind, it is in your body. For some of you, it is a dense, heavy presence sitting directly on your shoulders, as if you have been carrying something not your own for a very long time. For others, it is lower, a cold, hard knot in the pit of your stomach, a place that has been clenched for weeks, maybe months, waiting for a verdict that has not yet been delivered. And for a specific few of you, it is in your bones, a low, resonant hum, a vibration so deep it feels less like a sensation and more like a memory of an ancient song being stirred from its slumber. This is not random. This is not indigestion. This is not anxiety in the way the modern world defines it. This is the signal. This is the evidence that the celestial gears have shifted, and your body, your magnificent, intelligent, truth-telling body, has received the transmission before your conscious mind has had time to process the news. What you are feeling is the gravity of Saturn. Not the idea of Saturn, not the symbol of a distant planet, but its actual, physical, spiritual weight pressing into the fabric of our reality. And it is doing so through the most clarifying, most revealing, most relentless agent in our solar system, the Sun. Today, within this precise 24-hour window, the Sun, our great star of consciousness, of what is seen and known, moves into the exact heart of Saturn. In the old astrological language, the tongue of the Persian and Arabic masters, this is called Kazimi. It means to be in the heart of the king. For a brief, sacred, and unforgiving window of time, a planetary body is not burned by the sun's rays, but is instead invited into its throne room, granted an audience, and imbued with its ultimate power. When this happens with Saturn, the great lord of time, of karma, of structure, and of consequence, it is not an invitation to a party. It is a summons. It is a cosmic audit. It is the moment when the great architect of your life walks through the structure you have built, this life you are living, and taps on the walls, tests the floorboards, and shines a brilliant, clarifying light into the deepest, darkest corners of the foundation. This light does not ask permission. It does not knock. It simply illuminates what is, not what you wish was there, not what you pretend is there, not what you have told everyone is there. It illuminates what is true, and that truth, that sudden, stark, undeniable reality, is what you are feeling in your body right now. That weight on your shoulders is the weight of a beam that can no longer hold. That cold knot in your gut is the recognition of a foundational stone that was laid in fear, not in truth. That hum in your bones is the resonance of your own soul recognizing that the time for pretending is over. The great reckoning is not coming. It is here. It is now. It is unfolding inside of you as I speak these words. Stay with me. Do not turn away. The fear you feel is the threshold guardian. Every great initiation begins with this feeling, this sense that you are unprepared for what is being asked. I am here to tell you that your entire life has been preparing you for this. Every choice, every mistake, every moment of quiet desperation has been leading you to this precise moment of clarity. The gate does not stay open forever. The light does not remain in the heart of the king for long. We have this window, you and I, to understand what is being revealed and what you are being called to do about it. This is not about predicting a future. It is about consciously participating in the dismantling of a false one. Let us speak of the old gods, not as myths, but as energetic blueprints that still live within us. The Greeks called him Kronos, the titan who devoured his own children for fear that they would one day overthrow him. He was the embodiment of time that consumes, of the fear of succession, of the terror that what we build will be replaced. This is the shadow of Saturn. It is the part of us that clings to the old structures, the familiar miseries, the predictable pains, because the fear of the unknown, the fear of our own potential outgrowing our current life, is so great that we would rather be consumed by the past than give birth to a future. You know this feeling. You have lived it. You have made choices from this place of fear. You have stayed too long, quieted your voice, accepted less than you are worth, all to appease the Chronos within you, the fear of your own power. But there is another face to this energy. In the Vedic tradition, he is Shani. He is not a monster. He is the great judge. He is slow. He is patient. He is meticulous. He is the Lord of Karma, the one who ensures that all accounts are eventually balanced. Shani does not punish. He delivers consequences. He delivers the results of our own actions, our own inactions, our own choices, over the great expanse of time. He is the principle of reality itself. You cannot bargain with gravity. You cannot negotiate with time. You cannot deceive the foundation of your own house. Shani simply reveals the truth of the structure. If you built with integrity, with honesty, with courage, his arrival is a moment of validation. The house stands firm. If you built with compromised materials, with self-deceit, with convenient lies, his arrival is the moment the cracks begin to show. And today, the sun, the great light of your own conscious awareness, is sitting with Shani. It is borrowing his eyes. It is looking at your life with the patient, just, and unwavering gaze of cosmic law. This is an immense gift, even if it feels terrifying. Because for this brief period, you are being given the ability to see your own life with that same clarity. To see the choices, the patterns, the structures, not through the lens of your ego or your fear or your guilt, but through the lens of pure, unadulterated truth. The light is showing you the crack in the foundation not to condemn you, but so you can finally begin the work of repair. Not next year, not next month, now. The materials for the work are being delivered to you in this very moment. Let us bring this out of the sky and back into your skin, where the real work is always done. Place a hand on your lower back, on the sacrum, that flat, triangular bone at the base of your spine. This is the architectural center of your body. Feel the solidity of it. This area, along with your hips, is where we store the old stories. It is the bedrock of our physical form. For many of you, this area has been tight, locked, and painful for years. You have called it sciatica. You have called it stress. You have stretched it and medicated it, but the deep ache remains. That is because what you are carrying there is not merely physical tension. It is geological. It is the compressed history of every time you did not speak your truth. Every time you said yes when your body was screaming no. Every time you betrayed your own intuition to keep the peace. Every time you chose the stability of a known prison over the terrifying freedom of an open field. Those moments do not simply vanish. They become part of our structure. They calcify. They become the dense, immovable stones in our foundation. And now, the light of the sun is penetrating that deep, compressed history. It is warming those frozen places. It is agitating those dormant energies. And it is asking a very simple, very profound question. Is this structure still serving the life that is trying to be lived through you? Pay attention to your body's answer. The answer will not come in words. It will come as a sensation, a surge of heat, a sudden wave of grief, an involuntary tremor in your hands, a deep, gut-wrenching sob that seems to come from the very center of the earth. Do not be afraid of this. This is not you breaking down. This is the old foundation breaking up. There is a profound difference. One is an ending. The other is a clearing. What is happening now is a sacred demolition. The universe is helping you tear down what was built on a lie, so that you can finally build something that can hold the weight of your own soul. Think of the life you have built as a house. You designed it years ago, perhaps based on blueprints given to you by your family, your culture, your early experiences. You used the materials that were available to you at the time. Some of those materials were strong. Your courage, your intelligence, your capacity to love. But other materials were compromised. The stone of, I am not good enough. The mortar of, I must earn my place here. The wooden beams of, if I show them who I really am, they will leave. And for a long time, the house stood. It looked fine from the outside. It kept you sheltered. But you knew. Late at night, in the quiet moments between breaths, you could feel the draft coming from the crack in the wall. You could hear the groan of a beam under a strain it was never meant to bear. You learned to live with it. You decorated around the cracks. You told yourself, all old houses have their noises. But now, the light of the sun, amplified by the heart of Saturn, is shining through that one specific crack. It is no longer a faint line you can ignore. It is a brilliant, undeniable fissure of light, illuminating the entire room with the truth you have been avoiding. You can no longer pretend it isn't there. The light is revealing the source of the problem. It is showing you the one foundational stone that is compromising the integrity of the entire structure. This is not the stone of a minor mistake. This is not about a poor choice you made last Tuesday. This is a core, foundational belief upon which you have built a significant portion of your life. For some, it is a relationship, a partnership or a friendship that was once a cornerstone but has now eroded, its substance turned to sand, and your refusal to acknowledge its end is causing the walls around it to buckle. You know who it is. Their name is a weight in your mouth. For others, it is your work. The career you have poured your lifeblood into, not because it nourished your soul, but because it provided a scaffolding of security and external validation. You built a magnificent tower on a piece of land you did not love, and now your spirit is rattling the windows, demanding to be let out into the open air. The light is showing you that the security you thought you had was an illusion, a gilded cage you built with your own hands. And for many, the compromised stone is even deeper. It is an ancestral inheritance, a pattern of silence, of addiction, of self-betrayal that has been passed down through your bloodline like a cursed heirloom. You have carried it because you thought it was yours to carry. You thought it was your identity. But the light is now revealing it for what it is. A stone from a ruin that belongs to the past, a weight that was never yours to bear. And your primary sacred duty in this lifetime is to finally set it down, to break the chain, to be the one who refuses to pass the poison to the next generation. This revelation, this seeing, is uncomfortable. It is deeply unsettling. The first impulse is to look away, to shut the blinds, to go back to pretending. The ego will scream at you. If you touch that stone, the whole house will fall down. You will be left with nothing. You will be exposed, homeless, ruined. It will tell you the story of Kronos, that change is death, that the future will devour you. I need you to listen to me now. I am going to speak from a place of deep knowing, and I need you to receive this with the part of you that knows it is true. That voice of terror is the guardian of your prison. It is not trying to protect you. It is trying to protect the structure that is limiting you. The collapse it fears is not the collapse of your life. It is the collapse of your limitation. The ruin it predicts is not the ruin of your soul. It is the ruin of the false self you have been performing for years. This is not a punishment. This is an excavation. The Sun and Saturn are not here to destroy you. They are here to introduce you to the master builder who has been living inside you all along. The one who knows how to build with truth. The one who has been waiting patiently for you to clear the site so the real work can begin. The feeling of being brought to your knees is not a sign of failure. It is the proper posture of reverence before a sacred act of creation. You must get low to the ground to check the foundation. You must kneel to do the work. So, let us do the work. This is not a passive transit you are meant to simply endure. This is a co-creation. The cosmos has opened a door, but you are the one who must walk through it. What I am about to offer you is a practice, a ritual, a way to physically and energetically align yourself with this potent celestial current. It is a 3-day process, beginning today, at the peak of this alignment. Do not wait. The urgency is real. The clay is wet now. Soon it will harden. Today is the day of naming. Your only task for the next 24 hours is to identify the stone. You are not to move it. You are not to fix it. You are not to judge yourself for it. You are simply to name it. I want you to go outside. If you cannot go outside, go to a window. Find a stone. It does not have to be beautiful or special. Any small stone will do. Pick it up. Hold it in the palm of your hand. Feel its weight, its coolness, its texture. This stone is now a vessel. It is an anchor for the intangible. I want you to sit with this stone. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths, and with each exhale, let the noise of the world fall away. Bring your attention back to that sensation in your body, the weight on your shoulders, the knot in your gut, the hum in your bones. Follow that sensation down, deeper and deeper, as if it were a tunnel leading to the foundation of your being. And there, in the quiet darkness of your own inner world, ask the question, what is the name of the stone that is compromising my structure? Do not search for the answer with your mind. The mind will lie. The mind will negotiate. The mind will try to pick a smaller, more manageable problem. You must wait for the answer to arise from the body. It will come as an image, a memory, a single word that lands with the undeniable thud of truth. It might be the name of a person. It might be the word silence. It might be fear. It might be the job. It might be my mother's sadness. Whatever it is, when it arrives, you will feel a shift in your body. A wave of cold, a surge of heat, a deep, aching recognition. This is the truth. Once you have it, I want you to speak it aloud to the stone in your hand. Whisper it if you must, but give it voice. Let the vibration of your words enter the physical world. For example, you are the stone of my belief that I am not worthy of love unless I am useful. Or, you are the stone of the lie I have been living at work. Or, you are the stone of my silence in my marriage. Name it, clearly, without apology. By naming it, you are pulling it from the darkness of the unconscious into the light of the sun. You are making it real. You are making it tangible. You are taking the first and most crucial step in any act of transformation. You are telling the truth. Carry this stone with you for the rest of the day, in your pocket, on your desk. Let its weight be a constant reminder of the truth you have finally had the courage to name. That is all for day 1. Tomorrow is the day of witnessing. The sun will have moved just past the heart of Saturn, but the energy of the revelation will still be intensely potent. Tomorrow, you will take your named stone and you will place it in a clear glass of water. Add a pinch of salt to the water. The glass is your conscious awareness. The water is the clarifying emotional element of truth. The salt is for purification. Place this glass somewhere you will see it throughout the day. Your task for day 2 is simply to witness. You are not to do anything. Every time you look at that glass, you are to observe the stone sitting in the water. You will notice how the water magnifies its shape, its flaws. You will feel the emotions that arise as you look at it. Grief, anger, regret, fear. Do not push them away. Do not analyze them. Your only job is to allow them, to witness them. You are bearing witness to the reality of this foundational piece of your life. You are sitting with the discomfort of the truth without needing to immediately fix it. This is a crucial step. We often try to rush past the pain of seeing straight into action. But Saturn demands patience. It demands that we fully comprehend the weight of what is before we try to move it. So tomorrow, you sit. You watch. You feel. You allow the salt water of your awareness to begin the slow, sacred work of dissolving the emotional charge that has held this stone in place for so long. You are learning to be with what is. The 3rd day is the day of release and replacement. The alignment will be separating, and the energy will shift from revelation to integration. On this 3rd day, you will take the stone out of the water. Pour the water onto the earth, giving the emotional charge back to the great recycler. Dry the stone with a cloth. Hold it in your hand one last time. Now, you must take this stone and physically remove it from your life. This is the symbolic act of release. You might take it to a forest and leave it at the base of a tree. You might throw it into a river or the ocean, feeling the finality of its release. You might bury it in your garden. As you place it down or let it go, I want you to speak to it again, this time with gratitude. Thank you for the lesson you carried. Thank you for the protection you offered when I needed it. Your work is now done. I release you. Feel the shift in your own body as you do this. A lightness in your shoulders, an opening in your chest, a quiet in your gut. You have returned the stone to the earth. The old contract is complete. But the work is not finished. You have removed a foundational stone. You cannot leave a void. Nature abhors a vacuum, and if you do not choose what to put in its place, an old pattern will rush back in to fill the space. So, your final task on the 3rd day is to choose a replacement. This time, you are choosing consciously. You are choosing from a place of sovereignty, not fear. I want you to find a new object. It does not have to be a stone. It could be a piece of smooth sea glass, a fallen leaf, a feather, a piece of wood. It should be something that, to you, represents the quality of the new foundation you wish to lay. Hold this new object. Feel its energy, and name it. You are the stone of my sovereignty. You are the foundation of my honest voice. You are the cornerstone of my joy. This is your declaration. This is your choice. This is you, as the master builder, consciously laying a new piece of the foundation of your life. A piece forged in the light of truth, not in the shadow of fear. Bring this new object home. Place it somewhere sacred, on your altar, your bedside table, your desk. Let it be the anchor for the new reality you are now building. This is how you cooperate with the cosmos. You listen to the revelation, you honor the truth, you release what is finished, and you consciously choose what comes next. You see, you did not find this message by accident. You were not just scrolling aimlessly. Something in you, the wise architect deep within your soul, has been sensing the tremors in the foundation for a long time. It has been sending out a call, a prayer, a signal for a structural survey. And the universe, in its infinite intelligence, has answered. Your presence here, your willingness to listen to these words, is the evidence of your own readiness. You were brave enough to ask the question, and now you are being proven brave enough to hear the answer. Do not underestimate the courage this takes. To look at the life you have so carefully constructed and admit that a core component of it is failing takes immense strength. To be willing to face the potential chaos of a renovation, of a rebuilding, is the definition of spiritual maturity. So please, be tender with yourself through this process. You may feel raw, exposed, and deeply vulnerable. This is not a sign that you are doing it wrong. It is a sign that you are finally allowing yourself to be real. The rawness is the feeling of new skin. The vulnerability is the feeling of an open heart. You are not falling apart. You are breaking open. The world will tell you to be strong, to soldier on, to ignore the cracks. But the wisdom of Saturn, illuminated by the sun, tells you something different. It says the truest strength is found in the willingness to be honest. The greatest courage is the courage to dismantle your own illusions. The most sacred act is the act of building a life that can hold the full, glorious, and sometimes terrible weight of your own truth. You are ready for this. You would not have been called to it if you were not. In the space below, when you have completed your 3 days, or even just when you have named your stone, I invite you to perform one final act of declaration. I want you to write one word, the word for the new foundation you are consciously choosing to lay. Do not write about the old stone you are releasing. We are not giving it any more energy. We are focusing on the new creation. Write the word that your new anchor represents: courage, honesty, freedom, sovereignty, joy, peace. Your word, offered into this shared space, is a powerful act of magic. It is a declaration to the universe, and it is a light for someone else. Someone beneath your words, scrolling in the darkness of their own uncertainty, will find courage in yours. They will see your declaration and know they are not alone in this great and sacred work of rebuilding. Hours were spent in study, in meditation, in listening to the whispers of the planets so that this path could be made clear for you at this precise time. If these words have served as a light for you on that path, I ask that you subscribe and turn on notifications so that when the next gate opens, we can walk through it together. This is not just a channel. It is a community of architects, of builders, of those brave enough to live an honest life. You are standing on holy ground, the ground of your own life. The light is here. The tools are in your hands. The master builder is awake within you. The only question that remains is the one Saturn is always asking. What will you build now? Go well into the great work. May your foundations hold true.